All right, guys, so today, that's the bird. That's the one. That bird literally comes out at like 2 a.m. I get home, and that thing's just chirping up a storm, having a party. I don't know why it's still up, but that thing literally just does not stop. Anyways, that's not the important part. So what we're doing today, I have a Ford Mustang behind me, and I'm going to load all my stuff into, dumpster. Sorry. It's a GM household. You guys know what I meant. Mustang, dumpster, kind of, same thing. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Relax. I know someone's going to say something. Anyways, while I have this dumpster here, behind me is the stuff to get, see if we can focus in on that. Behind me is the stuff for the roof. This garage roof, when I say I have a few buckets upstairs, I have a few buckets upstairs. This thing leaks and it's bad. I want to do some stuff in the garage as far as a few different little renovations. And the only way we can get that done is to have the roof done first, start with that, have a baseline, get that all set so we're not going to worry about having an engine out. It's possibly something's going to drip on it. We can't have that. So the roof's getting done this weekend, and I'm going to take advantage of the dumpster. Let me zoom in on that. There's all sorts of moss growing and stuff on it, but it's 2 layers and everything kind of curled up too. That roof is trash. Every time I touch the shingles and they just flake right off. So obviously, we got a little bird up there. This garage is from the 40s. I don't know how old this roof is, but there's 2 layers on it and we got like 5 leaks inside. So that's why we're doing it. Got the old square body sleeping over here. We haven't really done anything with her in a bit. Trying to finish all the other projects, then we can get to that. They got that roof done in like 4 hours. They stripped everything, put all the paper down, did what they had to do, the flashing around the edges. This looks so much better. I can't believe they got it done in like 4 hours. I wouldn't have been able to do this myself. They actually started and it was wet on the roof. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I don't even know what to say. I'm blown away. They did a phenomenal job on this roof. I'm so impressed. Thank you, everybody that took care of this. If you're in Rhode Island and you need any work done, carpentry-wise, whatever, contact Mike's Home Improvement. They are the best in the state by far. I've been just kind of going through the basement, going through the garage. Anything we have that we don't need, that we've been meaning to throw out or whatever, now's the time. So I got the garage pretty much cleaned up. Took everything onto the bed of this truck. Other than, oh man, I'm tired. The stuff that kind of belongs to the truck. That carpet belongs in this truck. This intake cover goes to this Trailblazer SS intake over here. So I think that's gonna go on this truck, or I don't know. I don't know if you can get a factory metal fuel rail. I don't know if you can get a factory plastic fuel rail to work on this intake. Because these fuel rails, which are junk, but these fuel rails were supposed to be like some nice stainless steel guys. And I didn't end up getting the fuel rails with the intake. So I don't think, I don't think these will work. No, definitely not. Everything's out of place. So we'd have to run different fuel rails anyways. So it's most likely that this intake is going to go on this truck because I have to buy fuel rails because the injectors that we got are a little bit shorter than the factory truck injector. So we're going to probably run that. We're going to have to. We'll have to run this intake on there because I'm not going to buy fuel rails for both. If I can keep factory rails on this, I'd prefer to just do that. I have the injectors already. There's some nice Holley 100-pound injectors. It's a little on the bright side here. We got to take the 79 out. I have a gas truck I want to go fill up because apparently the grass grew rather quickly. I didn't think the grass was going to grow this quick, but with all the rain that we got, I live at the bottom of a hill, and it's been feeding this grass, and in some areas, it's like 10 inches tall. I had no idea. So we have to get our John Deere up and running, and that thing's completely dry out of gas. We're just going to go get some gas, fill that up, hope the thing starts, and we'll go from there. It's probably not going to start because that's how it goes. Why not drive the 79? It's beautiful out. I just rinsed it off because this thing had a bunch of bird poop on it. For whatever reason, anything red at my house, birds love to shit on. So Let's fire this thing up. We'll go down the road. We'll have a little fun, maybe. I love where I live. It's like the perfect area, close to farmland and all sorts of other stuff. And I'm kind of just like, I'm near everything. In my state, in Rhode Island, we have everything. We have a country area, a city area, like a suburb area. Like, we have a lot of different stuff. I mean, you can go from beautiful beach, you know, beautiful Newport, $1 million mansions to being in the country like nothing, all in one small little state. It's pretty diverse. That's a good local junkyard. Probably a lot of GMs in there. Or Dodges. Station up over here. We'll fill up this tank, and then we can see if we can get this John Deere running. It's a 1987, no, it's actually, I'm sorry, it could be an 84. 84, 87, I have no idea. It's a John Deere 212. It's got a 12-horse Kohler on it. Usually you can't kill it, so that thing should fire right up in a perfect world. All right, we're good to go. Get some gas. Gotta figure out what that little stumble is on the car. Lowering springs. It's a very nice spring. It's just this car is low. Yeah, I guess this is pretty tall. Wasn't supposed to grow that fast, but like I said, all that water. Oh, Diesel, enough, buddy. Relax. Oh my God. This is the back of the garage and everything. We got the Ranger hiding in here, so you can get a little peek of the Ranger. There she is. The old girl, 2004 on a 9-inch lift. This was my high school truck, and my dad bought this brand new. A lot of family history right there, so I will never get rid of that truck. And we're gonna do something with it at some point. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Anyways, got our gas. We're gonna walk it all the way out back. Wow, this grass is so tall. Well, this weather has been horrible anyways. And then the rain, I couldn't even get out here. The water table's so high. Check this out, usually you can see it. No, usually that's filled. I dug that fire pit down about 2 feet. And usually it's a pool. This was all farmland. It's nice rock wall. This, I believe it was a turkey farm. I think they grew vegetables. They had some fruit trees, like a little orchard set up. That's the water I was telling you about. Yeah, you can see, like right there, it's bad. Over there is bad. That's why I haven't really made it out here. But, all right, Diesel, relax, buddy. If I brought him out here right now, he'd be going nuts. So, all right, we're gonna put some fuel in this. Let's get that done. So this is a John Deere 212. It's got a 12-horse Kohler motor in it. We need oil. She's low. This thing does burn a little oil, so we're gonna have to go get some of that. But it should have enough for us to at least make it over to the garage. So I've ran this thing low before, don't worry. These things are used to it. Anyways, yeah, this is about as bare bones as you can get. I've had this thing for about 4 years now, because all the modern stuff is junk. I mean, where can you get a 4-speed garden tractor? You're not gonna get that anywhere. And anything today is junk. Ooh, that choke is sticky. Oh man, hold on a sec. All right, we're good. Let's see if this thing's, let's see if the battery's good. Let's see if this thing will even fire. It's been sitting for a while. Whoa, all right. We'll take that. Not bad. Hell yeah, that's what we want. All right, I don't know how we're gonna do this. No. Choke. Stay. No. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Oh boy, I wonder if something popped off, fuel line or something. Oh, nice. Oh, that's great. Well, please hold. We're gonna have to figure that out. I just had to tighten up the bowl on the carburetor. Oh yeah, he's decent now. All right, let's get this thing over to the garage. I don't even remember how this thing goes. I think that's third. Let's see if we can get some oil in this thing. Oh yeah, it's wet. Let's get some oil. I should have a quart of something. I usually run some pretty thick oil in this thing. Get some 1040 there. What's this up? slows you down. Guys, get ready for this. I'm going to show you just how bad this is. Have to do it like this. I basically have to go, I have to cut everything down, let it dry out. With everything being short, the sun can get at the area a little bit more. Hopefully all that starts to evaporate and dry out. These grass clippings will die, then I can go and sweep them all up, and then I'm gonna have to cut the grass to height. I do this every spring. This is nothing new. He's never even seen anything like this before. He's so nervous. You checking her out? She all right? I don't think it's gonna move and bite you. Got to get the diesel stamp of approval. Look, she's good. I don't think it's gonna attack you. You're good. Don't worry about it. But it's fairly clean. It's pretty much all original. Only thing I had to do was a carburetor, fuel pump, and then sharpen the blades, grease all the fittings, and that's it. The whole reason why I bought this is because the stuff you have nowadays, it's not rebuildable. It's all plastic. This is all metal. It's like everything's sheet metal and an actual frame rail underneath. All the other stuff stamped and just junk. It's not going to come with an actual gearbox. It's terrible. You know, and you're going to buy this same machine's probably, I don't know, probably $4,000 today's standards. I got this from my buddy Steve. I think I paid $600 for it. I got a plow for it and everything. And then I do have another one over here. I've got this one too. This is the one I use for the garden. This is a 1976 John Deere 300. That's got a 16 horse on it. I got a 3-point hitch and everything. This one's fairly clean as well. I did change the body on it because I think the body was all dented up or it was just wrecked or something like that. So I changed the body and then I put a carburetor. The fuel pump that's on this is kind of weak. So I put an electric pump and I got a little switch right here. So that feeds the motor. And this basically just primes everything because for whatever reason, that fuel pump, everything drains back. You can't suck up enough fuel. This thing feeds everything and we're good to go. I do need a hydraulic for the front of it. This plow didn't come with one, so I just use it for weight right now for the most part. Because there's some agricultural tires I had on the back. I got 200 pounds of weights. And with the plow on it, this thing rips up some ground pretty good. The garden's in that area. So I might do one this year, and if I do, it's going to be very small. Because last year I tried to do a 30 by 70, and with my life and how busy I am, it just was not feasible. All right, what's going on, guys? I just woke up. Obviously, you guys know my schedule. It's kind of like all over the place. But we're in the garage. Finally got the dogs all situated, so now I can come out here for a little bit. Today's plan, what we're working on, I got this hood all set up. We're going to have to drill for hood pins. And that sensor is in the absolute worst possible position. So I'm hoping I could do something a little different with that. I like the way it goes because it's right on top of the alternator and it's perfect. But that sensor's in a terrible spot. That sensor should probably be somewhere in there, that area. So we're gonna have to fill that and relocate this sensor. And then if we drill our hood pins, which end up lining up right there, and on that side, same thing, we should be good. So let's tackle that quick so we can get this thing complete. This is what my buddy Jason showed me the other day. Put a piece of tape here, and then when you put the hood down, it's gonna make an impression. If it already doesn't, I mean, I'm sure you could do the same thing with paint if you wanted. I'm just choosing to do this. So yeah, once you put the hood down, it'll make the impression of wherever the pin is, and then you can drill it. She's on there. The hood kind of sits where it should. I think so, but these fenders don't exactly agree. I don't know what these fenders are. These fenders are junk. They're so thin. They're some sort of Taiwan fender. They're junk. So I don't think I'm ever gonna get that quite right. This fender's been off since I had the truck. Me and my buddy Jason were playing around with it, and this fender's junk, and this radiator support's also junk. It's an aftermarket one, and the thing's flimsy. It's so thin, it's kind of trash. So I'm probably not gonna get it to sit any lower, and it's a consistent gap all the way through. I mean, it does stick up a tiny bit, but for something with a fender that basically just crinkles because it's junk, you know, that's kind of gonna be the best that we can get it. Again, not a show truck, as you guys all know, but we had a 2-inch cowl, and so far, we're not hitting anything, so that's a good thing. Do that all the way around, just make sure. So the only thing we gotta make sure of is that when we put the cold air intake back on, that's nice and happy and doesn't hit anything. Outside of that, we're ready to hit the road. So far, so good. Steering wheel is definitely not straight. And for legal purposes, I put on my GPS Speedo. So that's why you guys don't see it. It's in a different area. But the truck drives well, it shifts well. Oh, those things are sweet. Little Shelby. The truck sounds good. This thing's a riot. It's super loud. Obviously the wiring and all that still needs to be neatened up. It was all over the place when I got it anyway, so. This truck really needs a full wiring harness. I'm gonna just get a universal kit, because none of this is gonna matter anyways. We're gonna have I'm probably gonna get some sort of digital dash for it, and just call it a day. So all this stuff doesn't even matter. Heat, all that stuff, like none of this stuff is even in the truck. So all I wanted was the shell of the dash, the door panels, the headliner, you know, basic interior. We got some cows over there. But the thing does drive pretty well. This is second gear, third gear, it's right there. Transmission super strong. It's just a basic built turbo 400. It's got a 3800 stall in it. This does have a trans brake, which is not hooked up yet. but I gotta order the relay for that, and we're gonna have to come up with some sort of button. I'd like to utilize the factory wheel if I can, but we'll see if it's too much of a pain. Oh, that's the Buddhist temple. It's pretty cool. Oh, we got cows out here too. What's up, guys? Overall, though, it does drive pretty decent. It says it's got 211,000 miles on it, and this truck's pretty damn tight, so. The Holly's just been learning, kind of doing its thing. I'm gonna have someone help me tune it, because I don't know a whole lot about the Holly system or anything yet. I can do basic stuff, but I can't really fine tune this thing. That's not bad. Tiny vibration from the steering wheel, but that's nothing. Does need a good once over. I want to neaten up some of these wires, and then we're gonna need a drive shaft loop, we're gonna need a coolant overflow, and I think that might be it. Oh no, we're gonna need a neutral safety switch too, because they go off the NHRA rule book at all the tracks near me, so that's one of the things that we need. Just gonna do a little U-turn. This thing turns on a fucking dime. Miles an hour. We'll have to fix that steering wheel. It's kind of driving me nuts. But the truck needs a lot of little stuff. But the whole goal of this was just to have something we could kind of just bring to the track as is. You guys know we had the Fox body. That didn't work out. So this was kind of like the next best thing. We kind of redeemed ourselves a little bit. The Fox body was cool. It was a great idea, don't get me wrong. But it just, with the time I have and the money that it needed and all that, it just wasn't gonna work. So we did double our money on that car though. So it wasn't a loss, which was a great thing. A lot of people needed those parts from that car. But once I do a little bit to this thing is ready to go to the track. And then the other S10, we're gonna need an air tank, a drive shaft, fuel rails, and then button up the intercooler system and all that. And then we're gonna have to run all the lines for the boost control and stuff. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm hoping in within a month that we'll get that done. But I am gonna be going away, so we're gonna have some videos outside the country coming up very shortly. So that's kind of why I'm not just kind of dumping all the money towards that other truck, because we are going somewhere and we're gonna have some cool videos in a different country. We should have some fun. But that's kind of why that truck's on hold right now. This truck, trading for this thing, actually cost me no money, literally. I had to buy a few little fittings and stupid things there, but other than that, this thing was almost free. This is probably where most of my vehicles should end up, but instead they're in my driveway. It's like my own little scrapyard. I ran this thing out of gas the other day. It's only got a 10-gallon fuel cell, and let me tell you, it goes pretty quick. That's why after this, we're gonna have to go get some gas. I don't want to do that again. Not twice in 1 week. Fuel gauge does not work, which obviously, this truck has no PCM or anything, so it's not even like there's an output wire I can connect. Got all sorts of stuff hiding over there. Mustangs and stuff. This is trash juice. Oh no, that's not good. The dump's right over here, so this is all from garbage. Oh God, no. That sucks. This thing's gonna smell horrible underneath. No. That sucks. Should have known better. Get this thing on the highway a little bit. Look at that, perfect stop. Not bad. For being untuned, this thing's got some pickup to it. For a junky old mismatched S10, this thing's not bad. It needs obviously to be neatened up and stuff like that, but it's not a bad little truck. I think we're gonna have some fun at the track with it. The motor's in, motor looks good. These motors generally sit high with that truck intake, so that's why I needed to get that cowl hood. But it runs, it drives. I did this in about 4 days, and I was kind of impressed. I didn't think it was gonna happen, and I did have help, so shout out to my buddies that stopped by to help me move the cab and all sorts of stuff. This thing was kind of a nightmare, but it's a nightmare that's over for now. Now it's only up from here. Neaten some things up, throw the trans brake relay on, get a little push button, and then we can be doing some trans brake launches with this thing and really see what we can do. Outside of that, I have a bunch of things that have been on my bench sitting for a while that need to be welded. So I'm gonna take some time and actually get to that. Some bowling machine parts, a fan blade, bracket for a snowblower, and we also have this circle track bracket over here that has this huge crack in it. But I gotta get this stuff back to these people, guys, so I'm gonna end that video right here. We're up to about 5,500 subscribers. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you like what you saw here, please smash that subscribe button, share this video to one of your friends. Drop a comment on any of your thoughts about this video, whether you liked it, things you wanna see different. I mailed one of these same exact hats out to our 5,000th subscriber. This hat ended up going halfway around the country, and from what I hear, he absolutely loves this hat. So if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these hats are gonna be $20 plus shipping. If you guys want one, please contact me on my DeRosa Driven Facebook page. Shoot me a message, and we can go from there. I don't have a website or anything yet, but baby steps, and we will get there. As usual, guys, thank you for watching the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.